In this video, I'll review Dehancer, a film emulation plugin. I'll show you guys what it does really well, but also the things I don't really like so much about it. Dehancer did provide me with a free license in exchange for this honest review and also offered me an affiliate program. So if you do decide to get a license for yourself, you can use my promo code to get 10% off and you'll also help out my channel. So Dehancer is a film emulation plugin and it offers a lot of different film stocks, a couple of film prints, and also some great effects like film grain, halation, gate weave, film breath, and more. Where Dehancer really shines are its effects. I really like the film grain. The texture feels a lot more organic compared to what you get inside of Resolve. The only downside to the film grain is that it seems to kind of adjust the luminance of your image a bit as well, so that is something to keep in mind. I also really like the halation inside of Dehancer. It feels a lot softer and, in my opinion, more realistic and organic compared to what you get inside of Resolve. Now it does add a pretty apparent red wash in your highlights, so that is also something to keep in mind. Now the bloom is also a nice addition. I don't really have much to say about it, but it does add a nice bit of soft characteristic to your image. Film damage is a great tool if you want to further dirty up your image. It adds dust, hairs, and scratches, and you even have settings to tweak each of these individually. I also really like the fact that you have the option to choose between black or white film damage. Film breath adds some fluctuation in the luminosity between each frame, and what I actually really like is that it also gives the option to fluctuate the color balance of your image, and I think that worked exceptionally well with the very dirty 8mm look I tried to recreate. Gate weave is also a great effect to add a more organic feel to your image. It basically kind of repositions your image from frame to frame, and you even have the option to choose between how much it moves on the x-axis, the y-axis, and even choose how much you want it to fluctuate the rotation of your image. Then finally you have overscan, which I think looks really great. You have some great customization options in here. Even though it is something you wouldn't likely use on every project, it is really great to have, and I really like the options they give you in here and the way it looks. While the effects are impressive, the whole color part of Dehancer is something I'm not too excited about. When working on a project, I like to have more fine control over the look that's applied to my image. And with Dehancer, you just kind of have to pick a film stock, a film print, and roll with it. Now they do offer some customization options within the film developer or the film compression, but this is mostly just for changing up your contrast, your saturation, or adjusting your white and your black point. And honestly, Dehancer has a lot of different options. For example, for contrast alone, you have like 2 or 3 different sliders, and it all just doesn't feel very intuitive for a look development process. Now, I'm not saying you can't get some good results with these film stocks and film prints, but if you're a professional colorist, you probably want some more fine control over your look. Now, a thing to mention as well is that these film stocks may actually cause some problems with your footage. As you can see here, the curves are not very clean. Now, this might be accurate to the way the actual film stocks work, but if you don't want to run into issues with your footage, you would likely want a more clean transformation on your image. Then finally, there's also the question of how accurate these film stocks actually are to the real thing. Now, Dehancer doesn't have a built-in color pipeline, so the way your image is going to be reproduced is actually quite dependent on your color workflow. So not every DRT is the same. In the example of this project I've made, I've used Juan Pablo Zambrano's 2499 DRT, which Dehancer's developers probably didn't account for. Now, I do think it gave me a nice result, and that's why I went with it. But obviously, the output DRT or even input DRT you're going to use, and even your working color space that you're going to use, is going to change the way your image is going to look in the end. So in conclusion, I do think Dehancer is a really powerful tool, especially if you want to create these very dirty analog film looks. Now, the color part is not something I would suggest for a professional colorist, but if you're just someone who wants to quickly apply a look to your project, I do think it can work very well. So if you're looking to level up your texturing in your color grading process, I would really recommend Dehancer. I think the texturing options are really great, and I will definitely make use of them in future projects. If you're interested in getting Dehancer for yourself, please do use my promo code to get 10% off. It's a great way to help out my channel because I'll earn a small commission over that purchase. Also, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you've used Dehancer yourself, or if you have any more questions about Dehancer that you want me to answer. And I'll see you guys in the next video.